Greetings! Alright, so right now, as most of you guys know, I'm in Chile. And how is my life in Chile so far? I think I'm just gonna keep talking and then edit out all these little things so then I can look back at it and say, oh, I'm such a nerd. Mountaintops, you need not. We'll start at last week. Last week was winter camp, English winter camp, and that was a lot of fun. This was the first week where I've worked with students who are incredibly motivated, and although the English level wasn't the highest, I know for the students who attended that it's going to be a meaningful thing for them, and hopefully they'll continue to want to learn English. And which I've told you guys about Coyhaique. It is surrounded by mountains. There's mountains everywhere. It's being from Southern California, we have mountains, but they're like mountains compared to what I see here. That term is very generous in California, I would say. Here, I can't 360 degrees and there's always a mountain. And the sun no longer shines, and the happiness for which you long is washed away like an old. Wednesday during winter camp was amazing. It was off out of bed begrudgingly, and I got dressed and had my breakfast, and then when I walked out the door I was shocked because there was snow on the ground. It was insane. I don't have a window in my room, so I didn't expect snow. It was a lovely surprise, and as much as getting up in the morning has been troublesome on that Wednesday, it's just, I love the stillness of the world at that time. Stay the same. Ooh, don't you hesitate. I think one of the things as a counselor for the winter camp that I learned is it's not necessarily something that we do that is going to make the difference. However, our attitudes and behaviors are super important. So I think as counselors it was really important for us to set a good example, not always being engrossed in our technology, interacting with the kids. They're high schoolers, I shouldn't say kids, they're young adults. However, they're still very reserved, and it was really a lot of initiative on all of us getting them pumped. I've never felt more like a cheerleader in my life, and those of you who know me know that I'm not necessarily a cheerleader. I'm very frank. A moment of love, a dream, a life. I was exhausted every day, but I've never come back so happy and so excited to be doing something. You know, it's kids, they're amazing. I enjoy working with my students. Make a universal pen pal system for my students to practice their English. How is that going to work? Well, initially I would love it if you could write a letter and then you send that letter to me via email, and then I will match you up with a student. I think this will be a great way for you guys to interact with me and my community, and then for my communities to interact with each other. Because one thing that I've learned that's about being abroad and traveling and seeing other places is that cultures are for sharing. I don't want Chile to be a shoebox store. I need you to be a pen pal for a Chilean student. I have several students who are fluent in English, and I have several students who are not, but who would love the opportunity to meet you. I need people to care about them, and this is I think a really unique opportunity because cool. So anyways, my email is jjwshng coytn@gmail. The first thing that I would love for you guys to do is, if you're interested and you want to do this, send me an email with your name, how old you are, what your favorite pastimes are, where you live, where you work and or go to school, and a face shot. So it can be, or a picture. It can be fun, it can be somewhere of where you live, it can be something like that, but
remember, if ever we get down, the places that we came from round, and all the good times on the bad side of town, the upside of bad, flip it upside.
Appropriate. Make it appropriate and make it clear. If you don't know where Coyhaique is, I suggest that you look it up on a map. But we're the second closest, I guess, to Antarctica in Patagonia. If you have sent me things, I'm extremely grateful. Oh, my host family. Since they're not here, my host family, I live with, her name is Rudit, spelled R-U-D-I-T. He has 2 daughters. Their names are Joanna and Carla, and they're a lot of fun. We finally met each other this last week because they go to school in Valdivia, which is 2 regions above me. That is the daily life of someone abroad. Myth being busted right now. Going abroad to find yourself, probably not going to happen. I came here not necessarily to find myself, I came here because I needed to do something different. I ended up in Chile, and I'm very, very happy with the fact that I'm here now. Being here, I've learned about myself, but I don't know if I found myself. I think I already knew who I was, and now I'm just more content in that. And I spend a lot of time thinking about what my future is going to look like, and if teaching and living abroad is something that I want to do for a longer part of my life. The verdict is still out on that. I miss having my own space. The one tricky part about living with a host family, it's great, I'm completely immersed, but after really being able to communicate with anyone in English, the last thing I want to do is flip the switch and go try to talk in Spanish. I've been having a very wonderful experience. Towards the beginning of my trip here, I was living with a different family, and about a month and a half ago I moved. But Rudit is a very sweet lady. I've liked living with her, and I think that the connection that I'm making here will be one that I can maintain, and yeah, it's just been a real pleasure because I don't think I get very close to people that often. Preview for you my Spanish, and I'm probably going to have to edit this because it's going to be really bad. So, hola, ¿cómo estás? Is you give them a kiss on the right cheek, but it's not like you're giving them a kiss, you just make the noise. So you go, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú cómo estás tú? Igual. ¿Y cómo se llama? Estoy satisfecha. Oh, I'm good, I'm full, I'm content. So after dinner or food, I usually use that a lot. Likes and dislikes in free time. ¿Qué te gusta hacer en su tiempo libre? What do you like to do in your free time? Me gusta correr y también me gusta leer. I like to run, I like to read. Yo duermo todo día. Yeah. Okay, so that's my Spanish. But I understand a lot, so if you talk to me in Spanish, I can probably understand you. Okay, eso todo para hoy. Or in English, that's all for today. I hope y'all live long and prosper.
All I